Hey everyone, I'm Sly, and I'm here with D, and today we're going to talk about the aftermath. Khan, Brook, it was a bloodbath.
Oh man, one-sided.
D, I'll let you go, man.
Man, it was just like, I was so disappointed. I literally, before my prediction, I thought it would be a 60-40 fight. Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. I had Brook winning, but I thought it would still be competitive. And what I just saw was just Bambi on ice. It was just like, from the moment he got jabbed, when Brook hit Khan, his legs just were shot. Mm-hmm. I think Canelo took 20 years off his life, and he's just not. I pray he retires. Mm-hmm. Like, he's had a good career. 2-time champions, beaten like, I believe 10 out of 15 champion opponents. He's beaten people like Zab Judah, Paulie Malignaggi, Marcos Maidana, like big fighter punching power names. And so it hurts to like see him go out like that, but I just pray he retires. Like, he's already made enough money at the sport, and made Brook like look like vintage Brook. He made him look so good. And like now, like they're talking about Brook with other people, but what I saw from that fight was Khan, his legs weren't there. His speed was not there either. Even though he was landing, there was no power behind his punches. It would just like, he learned not to get KO'd. That's one thing I saw in the fight, that Crawford's team, Bomac, that they taught him, is how to absorb the punches. So even though he was getting hit by clean shots, he wasn't getting KO'd. Who knows, maybe if it would have gotten longer, he may have got like clipped maybe in the 8th round, 10th round. We won't know. But he looks so bad, and if the refs didn't stop it, Bomac should have stopped it earlier. Like, from after the 3rd round, it was over.
Yeah. So you don't want him to invoke his rematch clause, Khan?
Oh, and then Khan does have a rematch clause. I think he should just like throw it away. It was a one-sided fight, and I think they should be more focused on Brook, on his next opponent. I think he looked good. This could be like, he could be back in the mix. But as far as Khan, he needs to retire. It's over.
Yeah, and man, watching the fight, I just felt so bad, because even if Khan did land a punch, it didn't even affect Brook. Yeah. He was just walking like right through it, like, dude, I've been waiting 10 years for this, and I'm just gonna tear you apart.
I was surprised how big he looked too. If you look at it, he looked so much bigger. Yeah, it was, oh man, it was insane.
I mean, Khan, he like the first, he was trying to do everything, but it seemed like no matter what, Brook was just walking him down, man. It was just it was a boxing clinic. Everything he did, he saw his face after he was clean, and then for poor Khan, man, his whole face was all busted up, man. And you could just tell Khan, he doesn't have it at all left in him. I mean, even against Canelo, he had that fast speed still. You know, you saw he was winning those rounds. These rounds, he was getting outclassed pretty much every round. I think one round it looked like he had a chance, and then he just got caught the last 30 seconds, and he was Bambi on ice. So I mean, dang, I mean, Khan, it's time. I think it might be time for him to call it a career, man, because
it hurts, because I'm actually like, I like Khan. I think he's got one of the fastest speed hands in boxing. The thing about it is, I don't care what anyone says, there's no such thing as a glass chin. What there is, it's a glass defense. If you look at his career, what his main issue is, footwork. He leaves his hands down. When you throw 3, 4, 5, 6 combinations, you're going to be open, and the other person is going to have a chance to counterpunch you. That, like, where you leave yourself open and get clipped, over time, when you just keep getting knocked down, KO'd, it takes a toll on your body. And from that, I believe, because he's been knocked down majority times of his career, it, like, by the end of this fight, like with Brook, like, it was just like, you could just tell there was no like legs under him. He was done. His speed was not there. He couldn't move. He was just running the whole fight, and it was just like just hard to watch. Like, Canelo, like, really like into this man's career.
Yeah, and I used to like Khan. Because I used to box. D right now, he still boxes. And I remember I used to implement Khan, like I would do how he moves, but then I realized, dude, that's tiring. That freaking tires you out. It does. And I saw that. I was watching it with a friend, and I told him, dude, look, he's 3rd round. He's gassed, bro. He's doing it. He's moving. He's wasting energy. And that causes your defense to get worse and worse. And he was just getting tagged clean left and right. Yeah. And I think that's all she wrote with them, man.
And then also just talk about Brook. You know, with Brook, the reason I picked that he was going to win, because if you look back at Brook's career, even though he doesn't have the best defense, his issue on defense, what he would do a lot is like he would bring down his left hand. And you saw that with with Crawford when and Errol Spence, when he tried to go against toe to toe with them. Over time, Errol Spence eventually broke him down. Crawford just landed a great shot because he had his hand down. But he's always been like pretty tight as far as like his fighting. He's never been like, besides those 2 fights, he was never like really hard in trouble, like versus like Porter. He had like a nose bloody, but he was still in the fight. When he fought the rest of his opponents, he was still in it. He dominated. He never put himself in danger like Khan did as far as like getting KO'd. And he has a nice jab.
Oh, that's one of the best jabs out
one of
in
the best jabs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he has all his good power. I believe like what is it? He has like almost like 40 fights and like almost like 30 KOs. So he has a good like 60% like boxing like KO ratio.
And what I want to say too, I think where Brook's career went wrong is when they put him against Triple G, man.
Oh my god,
that freaking, because he right at the time he was probably ranked the number 1 at 147, and then they put him against Triple G where he freaking loses his eye, basically his eye socket. And I mean that changes a guy's career. Don't tell me it doesn't, because it does change a guy's career.
Yeah, so 43 fights, 28 KOs. So that's like pretty freaking good, you know?
Yeah.
Almost like 60% KO ratio. And like, yeah, you were like saying it, like, he also got pushed back because of the whole GGG fight. That kind of like ruined his career a little bit, because after that he was chasing Khan, which he should have just been like focusing more on his career. But he, no doubt, like he always thought he's the best like UK fighter out of them two. Like it was just like,
yeah. And you could tell how happy he was after the fight. He was just finally like relieved.
From 2004 all the way to 2022, that's how long the feud was. That's longer than like I was born almost. Like, that's how long their feud was. And like, so when he just won, you could tell like Sheffield are just like so happy. Like the whole arena was going crazy. And good for him. Now this lines him up for big fights. Maybe a Conor Benn, maybe a Chris Eubank.
Eubank, man, after the fight, that was interesting. We're gonna make a video on that.
So
too.
I didn't know about that, but the whole Eubank, his whole drama was he was supposed to fight GGG, which I don't believe that. I believe he was running from GGG, but that's how Kell Brook got the fight, because them two couldn't come into agreement, and so that's why Chris called him out, because he's still bitter about it. And so that's the next fight that I would like love to see. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, Brook is the king of the North for right now, and Khan just needs to hang it up. He had a good career, won the belt 2 times, beat a lot of 10 champions out of 15. Good career. Just call it a day, man. Call it a day.
Sheffield gets the win, and in 2 weeks, Sheffield goes again with Josh Taylor. We'll see what's up with that. So let us know down below. Should Khan call it quits? Should he say it's over, man? I want you guys to like it, subscribe it, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Chocolate brownies.
Peace.